Hey everybody, I'm here with Rafaël of the Game Brewer, and Game Brewer has a new game called Gugong.
Exactly, Gugong.
And it looks very interesting. It's a huge board, lots of components on it. So Rafaël, what can you tell us about this game?
So Gugong is a new game by Andreas Steding that I really like because Hansa Teutonica is one of my favorite games actually. So we were really happy to discover his new principle. That basically tells a story. We're in 17th century China, and the emperor, the Longqing emperor, is trying to eradicate corruption out of the Forbidden City.
Okay.
Because Gugong is actually the name given to the Forbidden City now in China.
Yes.
Yes, hence the name. And so, but we are influential Chinese families that are not, let's say, that don't have the noblest of intents, and we are trying to bribe the officials that live inside the Forbidden City.
Right.
Yes. So at the time, because this is really what inspired Andreas, it was obviously highly forbidden. Corruption was a huge problem in the Forbidden City, and the emperor tried to eradicate it. However, the officials had found a really clever trick to get bribes from other people from outside the city, and that's what we're trying to do. So the custom was that, let's say I would want something, done by an official of the Forbidden City, I would offer him a gift, and that is exactly what we see on the cover.
Yeah.
So we present a gift to one of the officials, and then the official would do something for us and would actually return us a gift. However, the gift he gave us back seemed a lot less valuable than the gift I was giving him. But there was a symbolism behind all those objects, and so that was actually the clever way they had found to actually get bribed. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to raise our influence as families here in China, and we try to do that by bribing officials actually in the game.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yes.
So it plays how many players? 2 to 4?
So, no, it's from 1 to 5, actually.
Oh, 1 to 5.
There is, we were lucky enough to have a brilliant man help us for a solo mode as well during the Kickstarter campaign. So you can play by yourself, but you can play up to 5 players.
Okay, okay.
And it scales really, really well, because we often get the question, it's something that's very important to us. Is it really interesting with 2, and is it really, interesting with 5? But I think it really, really is. It scales really, really well.
Right. So I see a lot of cards on the board, so
Yes.
these change every time, so different actions
it's
can
really
be taken?
randomized. So the idea is you have actually 7 zones on the board, and each zone represents basically one of those officials that you can bribe. So they all have a gift. But here's the clever thing in the game. So you have a set of gift cards. I'll take a few here just to show. And they all have a value. So they can have a value between 1 and 9.
Right.
And if I want to perform a certain action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose an action on the board, but my gift that I'm offering has to be of a higher value. As you know. So that limits some of my options. There is a way of doing it the other way around, but I'll get into that in a second. But let's say I wanted to do the action here of the Emperor himself. I'm trying to get an audience with the Emperor.
Yeah.
So I would place my 7 on here, and the card that I get back from the official, I place it on my player mat.
So you exchange the cards constantly?
We exchange all the time. That's really exchanging gifts is the theme of the game. But what's clever is that this card will be, my hand for the next turn.
Yeah.
So obviously the values of the cards are going to go up and up. And eventually we will have to pay some kind of tax, if you will, to exchange cards of a lower value.
All right.
That tax being we'll have to sacrifice some of our servants. We can sacrifice 2 servants or an extra card. So I will put another one of my cards in my hand on my discard, and then I can actually exchange what I want.
Okay.
You could also potentially just exchange gifts and do nothing, but you try and avoid that because obviously you try to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these cards also have actually symbols on them with actions as well. So if I place the 7 on here, it actually shows me the action which is called the intrigue action.
Ah, right.
So before performing the action of the Palace of Heavenly Purity, because yes, that's the name of the action.
Yes.
You actually perform the intrigue action first, and then you'll do the action of the palace. So it offers a lot of possibilities, because when you take cards, you're going to take a lot of things into account. First of all, what can I afford? Second of all, which card would I like to have in my hand next turn? But that's not all. every turn at the beginning in what we call the morning phase, we roll these dice, the destiny dice, and these show values between also 1 and 9.
Okay.
So you can have the same value twice, but not 3 times. The dice are just made that way.
Okay.
And I have to try and match as many of my cards in my discard with those numbers as well.
Right.
Because if I do have matching cards, they will provide me extra servants, and we all know like how good personnel is important to have.
Exactly.
So this is actually a really important thing as well in the game. So every time you're going to exchange gifts, there are all these things to consider as well. And that's what I like particularly about the game. You're not going to play an automatic pilot and be like, oh, I'll first do this and I'll go and get decrees and build on the wall. You really have to assert the situation and be like, maybe, I really wanted to do this action, but there's a really interesting card over there. I'll do that maybe first and then see how the situation changes.
Okay.
And that is, really what we try to do.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I really like the fact that everything changes all the time.
Yeah.
And there's different actions over here as well. And everything is kind of modular on the board.
Yes,
so yeah.
It is, indeed.
No two games are the same.
No, and that's what's important as well. I think replayability is very, very important to us. And it's every time it's really different. You don't know where the game is going to lead you to. So you have to be like on the tip of your toes when you play it.
Okay, awesome. Well, Rafaël, that sounds really amazing. So this is already available?
Not yet. So Gugong will be launched in Essen. Actually, we will around that time, just a little bit after Essen, but we will present it to the whole world around that period. And should be available starting November in stores.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And good luck with the game.
Thank you very much.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Board Game Heaven.